All right, everybody. We are going to go ahead and begin class today, so you can find a comfortable spot near the front of your mat. Get cozy, settle in. Maybe you're crisscross applesauce, or maybe you're seated on your shins. Close your eyes. Take your hands to rest. Palms facing up towards the sky. Maybe roll your shoulders up into your ears and then exhale, let them fall down your back. A couple of deep, intentional breaths. Inviting that air into your body along with some focus. The breath is a channel for many, many things in yoga. One being the calming of your nervous system. The breath creating a little bit of equilibrium in the body by stimulating the vagus nerve. It lets us know that we're safe. We're not running from danger. The work project can wait for these 30 minutes. It also acts as a channel of focus, of presence. It pulls us back into our own bodies to experience what's happening on a physical plane. Not just the mind. The mind is noisy. The mind has chatter. The mind has plenty of things to say, including a lot of things that just don't matter. And so the breath gives us something to ground ourselves in. Taking note of the depth of your inhale, go ahead and breathe all the way into your low belly. Let it extend out towards me and hold. And then exhale, either out through the mouth or nose until there's nothing left to give. As you breathe these nice, deep, slow breaths, I want you to pull your focus into the body. The rise of the breath, the way it makes you feel full of something. Give it a name. And as you exhale, a letting go occurs. Something expels from the body. If any distracting thoughts enter your mind during the next 30 minutes together, I want you to practice taking a big, deep breath in, no matter where you're at in your practice, no matter what pose we're in, and letting it run through the body, using it as a metaphor to pull in whatever focus of presence, peace, whatever it is you're looking for, and expel out something that does not serve you. On your next inhale, I want you to go ahead and lift the hands out to your sides and then up overhead. Exhaling, bringing the palms together and pulling them down to your heart. Bow your chin into your chest. Set an intention for today's class. Something that you want for yourself. As you inhale, let the hands lift together as one, back up towards the sky. Lift the chin, open the neck, and then exhale. Go ahead and rotate the wrists down to your sides. We're going to roll up over the knees here, taking the hands beneath the shoulders, the knees beneath the hips. We practice getting in touch with our own body here at the beginning of class. We can do a little slinky motion. Just follow whatever feels good. What does your body need? Give it to it, even if it feels silly and nonsensical. If you feel an area that needs some extra stretch, lean into it. A little bit of widening and opening, whatever feels good. And then settle into that all fours position, settle into stillness. Breathe in. We're going to go ahead and extend the right foot back behind the body. Your toes should be squared into the mat, along with the hip should face down. Deep inhale as you pull the belly into the belly button, and then lift the heel. Exhale, tap down. Lift through the glute, keep square, and then tap. Exhale as you lift, and inhale as you come down. 2 more. And on this last one, go ahead and stay lifted. You can stay here if this is all that feels good for you today, or you can go ahead and extend your opposite hand forward. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, tap down. And lift. And tap. 3 more with the breath. Lifting through the glute, lifting through the shoulder, keeping the core braced. Last one, hold, and then go ahead and take it back into a child's pose, knees wide, big toes together. Allow the forehead to drop down, give it a little roll back and forth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly roll 1 vertebrae at a time. Back into your all fours position. Reset. The heart aims forward. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And this time we're going to go ahead and reach back that left leg. Remember, keep the hip squared, the toe squared down, and we're going to lift up using the glute and tap down. Keep firm through the core. We're lifting through the glute. It's what's doing the work. So if the hamstring is kicking in the back of the body, just tell it to turn off. On this last one, lift up and hold. If you'd like to continue forward, remember you can stay here, or you can go ahead and reach that opposite hand out in front of you, tense the core. Exhale, set down. Inhale, lift up. Move through. 1 breath. Core stays strong. Make adjustments as you need. 2 more. Lift and hold. And then go ahead and bring it in. Find child's pose. Big toes together. Sink it back. Reach the fingertips forward. Little rock with the forehead. Sink into the hips. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, walk the hands over to one side. Stretch into the side body. Inhale, walk center. And exhale, over to the other side. Breathe into the side of the body, into any tightness. Inhale, walk back to center. And then roll 1 vertebrae at a time back into your all fours position. Here we're going to keep the hips aligned over the knees, but this time we're going to walk the hands forward, creating a straight line from the top of the head to the back of the tailbone. Nice slope like a mountain. Trying to reach the chest down to the mat. Forehead extends down. This is puppy pose. 90-degree angle from the back of the legs to the buttocks. Strong mountain happening from the top of the head to the base of the tailbone. Slowly, keeping the forearms press down into the mat. I want you to press your chest forward. So the shoulders align right over the elbow crease. You're going to relax the back of your legs, relax the glutes, and lift up through the crown of your head. This is Sphinx pose. Breathe in. Exhale, begin to slowly slide back into puppy pose. And then we're going to go ahead and slide back into Sphinx. 2 more glides to the beat of your own breath. Breathe in. Exhale. Sink back. Puppy pose. Inhale. Slide forward into Sphinx. Lift through the crown of the head. Exhale. Glide back. Inhale, come forward. We're going to slowly take the hands out in front of us. Give yourself a little rest, taking your ear down to the hands. Breathe. And then taking your chin back to center and the hands beneath the shoulders. We're going to press all the way back and then walk the hands up onto the knees, coming to rest on our shins. We're going to go ahead and take the right hand across the body, linking the opposite hand to give a little bit of tension to the shoulders. Take a gaze over that shoulder. Breathe into the capsule. Relax. And then slowly taking those crossed arms up. We're going to switch sides. Taking those crossed arms up, and then exhale, pull the elbows down as you lift through the chest. And inhale, lift. Exhale, roll the hands. We're going to go ahead and walk that left leg to the front of our mat into a 90-degree angle. The back leg's going to shift ever so slightly, so the shin comes in contact with the mat. And then we're going to heel toe that foot out to the wide edge of the mat so the hands come to rest to the inside arch of the foot. Stay here for a minute. Breathe into the hip, the inner thighs. This is runner's lunge. A lot going on here. So take your time. Send your breath the tightness. You can do a couple of little glides if that feels good for you. No right way. Breathe in. And then slowly heel toe that foot back into center. Take the back toes, flip them into the mat, and then lift up. Hands frame the foot here. Little rock back and forth. Step the foot forward, forward fold. Step the left leg back now and release the shin all the way down along with the top of the foot. Find that 90-degree angle in the front leg. And then heel toe the foot to the outside edge of the mat. Hands come to the inside. Runner's lunge on the other side. Adjust as you need to. Take your time. Send your breath to what feels tight. Remember, you can do little glides if that feels good. Listen to your body, listen to what it's asking for. Lift through the heart. Breathe. Heel toe that foot back to center. Hands come to frame the foot. And then flip the back toes into the mat. Lift up into a low lunge. Little glide back and forth. Little rock. And then step the foot forward, forward, forward. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, circle, sweep, nice and slow. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift the hands as one, gaze comes up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Keep the left foot planted, step the right foot back, low lunge. Little glide back and forth. Feel the difference. Release the right shin down now, the top of the foot as well. And then inhale, we're going to lift the torso up. The leg's going to be in 90 degrees. And exhale, you're going to squeeze the glute as you drop into this front hip. So you have a nice firm base through that left foot, all four corners, connecting in with the mat. You're squeezing your glutes. And doing so, you're creating a deep stretch through the front of that hip flexor. Breathe into it. It's an ever so slight depth you're increasing in here. Trying to keep nice and tall through the crown of the head and the spine. Your breath relax the body. As you inhale, I want you to go ahead and take that right hand, lift it up towards the sky, and the left hand's going to come to the hip. You're going to do a slight lean over to the left here. And then inhale back up, hands down to the hip. And exhale, hands come to frame. As you tilt your weight back, little hamstring stretch here. Lifting the toe up. Your heart gazes at the big toe. This is not about folding over the leg. It's once again about tilting the pelvis ever so slightly. Trying to keep the back as flat as you can. And sending your breath into that hamstring, the back of the leg. I told you we're working on the front of the body today. We're going to do a little bit in tandem just to create a little bit more flexibility. Slowly begin to walk the foot flat. The hands come to frame the foot. Lifting through the back leg, find low lunge. Little glide back and forth. Make sure the back of the foot is set nice and strong. And as you inhale, you're going to lift all the way up into high lunge. And then exhale, drop the back of that knee ever so slightly to create a deeper stretch through the front of that hip. It's okay if it shakes. I'm shaking. Sit up nice and tall from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Take that leg in, step into the front. Inhale, lift the hands together overhead. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift the hands up together as one, gaze up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. This time we're going to step the left foot back. Find low lunge, little glide. Hands frame the foot, lifting the heart out in front of you. Little glide. Feel the difference. Find stillness. Release the top of the left shin and foot. And making sure you're aligned, ankle right underneath the knee. We're going to inhale and lift the torso up. Bring the palms together and exhale, squeeze the glutes to sink into the left hip flexor. We stay nice and tall through the crown of the head. We squeeze the glutes. We sink into it ever so slightly. The stretch should be focused on the front of that left hip. Breathe. If at any point the mind starts to distract you, take that minute. You can always go back into child's pose and meet us back here. On your next inhale, the left hand reaches up, the right hand comes to the hip. Make sure you have a firm base. And then it's just a slight tilt over to the side. Intensifying that stretch. Inhale back. Exhale, hands to the hips. Release down. Walk the hands back as the right toe lifts up. Heart aims at the big toe. Feel the stretch through the back of the leg. If you're struggling with any amount of back pain during these flows, I encourage you to get a couple of blocks next time. They'll give you a little bit of height underneath your hands so you can protect the integrity of that low back on stretches like this. Breathe. Slowly walk the foot flat back into a 90-degree angle. Hands come to frame the foot. Flipping the left toes into the mat, go ahead and press up. Low lunge here, little rock. Breathe. And then making sure you're nice and strong through that back foot. As you inhale, we're going to rise to a high lunge. Bringing the palms together, you're going to drop that back knee ever so slightly to create once again that strong stretch through the left hip flexor. So we're aiming for closer to that 90-degree angle on the front leg. Just a slight little dip in that back knee. Again, it's okay if you're shaken. I'm right there with you. Breathe. What's your body shaking loose? Inhale, reach the hands, step the back leg in, and come forward, hands to prayer. Take a breath. We're going to play with a little bit of balance, working into the front of the leg now. So taking the right hand out to your side, you're going to go ahead and grab your left ankle with your left hand. So you're holding the top of that foot. It's okay if you need a bar for this. We also have straps in the future. keeping the knees together as much as you can, and sending your breath to the front of that leg. Root through all four corners of the right foot. And then exhale, set it down. We're going to reach out now, the left hand, and we're going to take the right hand to the top of that right foot, keeping the knees together, not letting them drift out. Root through all four corners of that left foot. We're working on stretch through the front of that leg, but also ankle stability, knee stability, core. Don't forget your breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift the hands up overhead. Exhale, dive down into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dive all the way down, come into a seated position. Release your glutes down to the mat, and then slowly your entire back. Knees can sort of sway back and forth here, keeping your shoulders connected to the mat. Little windshield wiper action. And I want you to feel the changes in your body. Name the feelings that come up. Do you feel elated, released, calmer, more energized? Or maybe it's a less positive emotion. That's okay too. Find stillness with the knees, pulling one into the body and then the other, and give yourself a little rock back and forth. Release that low back. And then as you feel ready and led, you can allow the legs to drop down, heels to the wide edges of the mat, and your arms hang loose at your sides. Walk your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, sink farther into the floor. Do this 2 more times. Deep inhale in. And as you exhale, sink a little bit farther into the floor. Let the body grow heavy. Deep inhale in. Exhale. Settle into a rhythm of breath that feels right for you. This is Final Shavasana. Rest. Reflect. Be here. anything you want to leave behind today. You can begin to awaken the body. Give a little wiggle to those fingers and toes. Roll around a little bit. Do whatever feels good and right and true for you. As you feel ready and led, make your way into a seated position or begin to pack up your mat. Thank you for joining me for class today. It's my pleasure to serve as your teacher, and as always, if you have specific areas of the body you'd like to address, moves you'd like to incorporate, a pace that feels right, please always feel free to send in feedback. I'm going to send you back out into this beautiful day with one final namaste.